Rodrigo, your harness has been completed. We've gone through the whole thing, set it up for a manual application. Okay, and yeah, we've pre-run it. We know that she runs. I'll run her for you in a moment after I've gone through everything with you. But yeah, she runs great and no error codes and whatnot. So yeah, this was set up for originally what was a 5-speed, which was the 5-speed LS 430, or, the 2001 to 2004 430s or 3UZs, okay? And yeah, we've basically grabbed your harness, we've basically gone through the whole thing, opened it all up, we've respragged, we've retaped everything with a fabric cloth, okay, and repaired anything that needed to be repaired, okay. So you've got a 2-pin connector over here for your throttle body, okay, you plug that one in. You've got a 2-pin connector over here, which is for your EFI water temp sensor. That's got nothing to do with your gauge cluster. So we install this connector over here. This fits a Toyota sender unit. If you need the part number for that, let me know, but you can buy those at any auto parts store or online or wherever. You basically screw out that little stopper plug over there, screw in that sender, okay, and then this will plug directly in there, so you've got a proper waterproof terminal on there, or connector on there, okay. Here you got your right hand oil control valve, solenoid, okay. And you've got all your injector connectors. All of your injector connectors have been replaced, okay, so all of those are nice and fresh. This is your post VVTi cam position sensor. Don't forget to plug that in, okay. And then this single wire over here goes up to a filter, which is basically a noise filter for your radio, just so that you don't get noise coming through on the radio, okay. Just underneath this engine mount over here, you've got a 2-pin connector. That is for your variable intake length, okay. That wire goes down and it goes underneath your plenum chamber. Make sure that's plugged in. You'll see when you start the engine, what will happen is this lever will be pulled down like that, and then when it gets to, I think it's 2,500 or 2,700 RPM, what it does is it releases that vacuum, okay, and it changes the length of your intake manifold, or your intake ports, which is going to benefit you in low down torque, okay. We've got a split off coming down here. It splits off twice, so it goes to this leg, which goes to a 5-pin connector for your airflow meter. I will go through that with you when I get the whole intake pipe back on here with the airflow meter. It's very important that that is facing the correct direction. Running down here, it splits off and it goes into your alternator, okay, and it splits off again and goes to your right hand O2 sensor. Make sure that this is plugged in on both sides. It's very important. The management system relies on that, okay, for your fuel air ratios and so on. On the right hand side here, you've got a earth strap. Make sure you've got actually one on either side. You've got one on this side, and then you've got one on the left bank over here. Make sure that both of those are properly secured. These are the main earths that supply the system, okay. So if you have sprayed your cylinder heads or anything like that, just make sure that you take the paint off, because otherwise it's going to interfere with your earthing, okay. This is obviously the cable that goes to your starter solenoid. You've got that on your engine, okay, so that'll just plug straight into the back of your harness. And then coming out here, you've got a secondary fork that goes to your left-hand O2 sensor. So there's the other one that you need to make sure is plugged in. All of your automatic stuff has been removed from this harness, so you've got no loose ends, okay. And then this side's basically the same as the other. You've got all of your injector connectors, your coil connectors. None of the coil connectors were replaced because they never go bad. This side again, you've got another single wire noise filter. I haven't got it on this engine. This is for EVAP, so this, if you're not using that, you don't have to. You can just leave that unplugged. It'll not come out with any error codes or anything like that. If you do take it off, make sure that this tube is blocked off, okay. And you may want to keep that, because it's actually a very nice system for idle up on your aircon. So you'll basically take that off, you connect up the one, you can actually leave the one connected to your intake chamber, Okay, and then the other one you can run to your intake pipe. Okay, and what it'll do is when that, and then you activate it through the aircon trigger for the clutch. Okay, so when the clutch is engaged, what it'll do is it'll create an air leak into the plenum chamber, obviously calculated through the airflow meter. Okay, and that'll raise your RPM. Okay, to stop any bog down, on the idle. Okay. This side you got right hand post VVTI cam position sensor, so make sure that one's plugged in. Okay. This side's very much the same as the other. Your left hand oil control valve solenoid. Okay, you have a 4-pin connector over here that goes into your throttle position sensor. Okay, it runs down, goes to your pre-VVTI cam position sensor, splits off. This leg goes to your 3-pin connector here for your compressor clutch. Okay, so that trigger you'll find on your client plug. We'll get to that in a moment. Splits down here, goes to your crankshaft position sensor. Okay, and then this one is for your oil pressure switch. So we have wired into this system, we've actually wired oil pressure protection. So if you lose oil pressure, what it'll do is it'll switch off your fuel pump. Okay, it's just a nice safety feature to have instead of the computer controlling your fuel pump. Okay, so yeah, no oil pressure will shut down your fuel pump. Okay, running down here goes, it splits off, and you've got your let me get this out. You have your fuse block. Okay, inside your fuse box you obviously have all of your relays, and you've got your fuses. So the way that we lay this out on all of them is basically your start relay, you've got your fuel control relays, you've got your EFI and your main relay, you've got an engine light over there, and then you've got an earth terminal. The earth terminal's there standard in every one of the fuse boxes that we built. You can use that obviously if you ever need to test any of your fuses. All of your fuses have been split out, so you've got ignition, you've got your throttle by wire, you've got your sensors, you've got your fuel pump, you've got your injectors and coils. Okay, all of that detail is marked on the bottom of your fuse box lid. Okay, so for your reference in the future, if you ever need to know what fuse is for what, you'll have all of that information. Okay, so that's that split off, and then it splits off again, it goes down. You've got a red cable over here that is going directly to your battery positive. That is your main power supply for the whole circuit or for the whole system. This is just a bridge connector. Okay, so leave that plugged in just like that. Okay, it goes down and it plugs into your ECU. So you've got 5 connectors that plug into your ECU, and then you've got 3 legs that come out of here. Okay, this is basically for your accelerator pedal and for your OBD2 diagnostics. So this is a harness that we supply you with this harness. So you're basically going to plug that in, take it into the cab of the vehicle, and then it's long enough to go there. And what will happen there is it'll basically plug into your accelerator pedal. Okay, and this side will plug into your OBD2 or your, you can plug in your diagnostics tester or whatever. Okay, I've got my interface plugged in here because I want to do a scan for codes when we run her. So yeah, we'll rev her up and we'll give her a run there for you. This is the only connector really that you're going to be connecting to your vehicle. We supply you a pigtail for this. That you'll tie into your existing vehicle. Okay, so you've got your ignition, you've got your start signal. The red one in there is for your fuel pump, so that goes directly to your fuel pump power supply. Okay, and that feeds your pump. You've got your rev counter, you've got your temperature gauge, you've got your oil light, you've got your charge light, you've got your engine light, and that black one with the white line is your aircon compressor clutch. Okay, so very, very easy. 3 wires to get it to run, 4 wires for your instrument cluster, okay, or actually 5 if you include the engine light, and then your aircon compressor clutch. Okay, So yeah, let me put on the airbox on here, and then we will go through that, and then we'll give her a test run for you. So I have basically just put on the air intake pipe, okay, and I've put on the or plugged in the airflow meter, okay. So make sure that the plug on your airflow meter is facing forward. If you put this the other way around, the airflow is going to be running through the wrong direction of the air of the tube, okay, or through the flow meter, and it's going to think that there's no air going into the engine, so therefore it won't give any fuel, and therefore she will not run. Okay, so on this airbox, I'm not sure if you're using an airbox similar to this or, you know, an aftermarket one, whichever one, just make sure, you know, you've got obviously the tube going to your airflow meter, and then coming off here, there should be a nub, okay. On the OEM one, you've got one coming out of the back here. This is to be connected to this tube over here on your right-hand valve cover, okay. That's all part of your ventilation system for the engine block. It'll help you keeping the engine clean, okay. It comes through this PCV valve, so this is where it's sucked from, okay. So it gets connected from here, and it goes up and it connects to this tube over here, okay. So whatever's going through the engine block being sucked into the intake chamber still needs to be connected to, or still needs to be calculated by the airflow meter. So just be sure that it does come between your throttle body and your airflow meter. It mustn't be before or anywhere like that. It's got to be calculated, okay. And then exactly the same thing what I was saying with your aircon, okay. You'll also take that between your airflow meter and the air intake, okay, and then the other tube obviously to your plenum chamber. You can connect it to here or anywhere you like, so long as it goes into the intake, and then obviously control that with your compressor clutch. Okay, so yeah, let me get her up and running here for you, and yeah, you should be all good to go. Okay, so I basically just connected up the main power for the starter motor. Let me give her a run here for you. So that's basically ignition. So you'll hear now, I don't know if you can hear that in the background, but you can actually hear the fuel pump running. When you apply a ground, so in other words, when you do not have oil pressure, okay, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to get a ground on there without a cable. Let me see what I have here. Just give you an idea. So obviously when your engine's not running, your oil pressure switch is essentially applying a ground. And then when you do have oil pressure, it takes away that ground. So you can hear so I've got a little bridge wire in there now. When I give it a ground, it switches off the fuel pump. Okay, so when the engine starts, obviously that goes away, and then your fuel pump runs. So that's basically how that works. I haven't got it plugged in because I've got another sensor in here. So I can't plug that in, but yeah, let's give her a run. We have applied a performance tune on this ECU for you. Okay, so everything, all transmission has been removed from the computer. Your EVAP has been removed from the computer. Your secondary O2 sensors have been removed. And we have applied a stage 1 performance tune, which should give you around about 13% more. We don't like going much higher than that because we want to retain reliability. You know, we don't want you to blow your engine up. Okay. But yeah, you should have a lot of fun with her. If you've got any questions at all, anything that you need to know during the install or whatever the case may be, just please give us a shout. We are here to assist you in every way that we can. Okay.